Hello there and welcome to the easiest Star Wars diorama you'll ever see, but we'll take a look at this in a second as I do have a few things to show you first, as not only will we be creating a custom Ahsoka figure, Ahsoka the White, but I have another miniature build from Ahsoka I'd like to show off, and also an upgrade to my minifigure displays. So first, taking a look at this miniature T6 that I've built. It's not even quite microfighter scale, as it's even a bit smaller than most of the microfighters, but it is just a really cool model. It uses that Millennium Falcon cockpit from one of the Falcon microfighters, and one of my favorite parts of it is if you pop off this back piece here, which is just the top of it, you can actually get your Ahsoka minifigure and sit her down on top just like she's riding the T6. If you've played Fortnite, you can even get this emote in Fortnite, so it's just really cool and something I put together while I was just sat at my desk, and I thought you might like to see it. So we've got also a new Ahsoka minifigure custom that I've built, Ahsoka the White. I think this is actually one of my best custom minifigures so far, so I really did want to show this off soon, and I don't think it deserves its own video. It goes well with this mock as Ahsoka is included, and it uses the Moon Knight legs from the collectible Marvel minifigure series. Also uses that Moon Knight torso that I have just flipped, and the back of it is not only undercover of this cape, which again is also Moon Knight's, but also this headpiece which holds the cape down so it doesn't show it off. And if you've seen my custom Commander Cody, you'll know that these are the arms from Marge. I did have two from the Simpson collectible minifigure series, and I've given her white hands just to represent the lower arms of Ahsoka being wrapped up in the same material she wears. And of course we've just got the headpiece as the Moon Knight hat or hood element, which is actually new. Didn't quite represent Ahsoka too well. We really do need a hood with her two ears shaped into it, but the headpiece works well. This is from this Clone Wars minifigure that I have two of, because not only I picked her up in the Mandalore duel, but she was also in the AAT set. So do let me know what you think of this custom minifigure down below. I'm sure this will also be uploaded as a short, but I do think this is one of, if not my best, custom Star Wars minifigure. And of course, speaking of custom minifigures, if you've seen my Marvel CMF unboxings, you'll know that I've built this own display. I think it was first actually featured in a Lego City update. While I was looking at all my other displays, I thought I might as well get it out there early. But I've built this frame to represent what I think should be the new base plate for CMF minifigures, as it enables you to stack them tall and you can have multiple. It doesn't take up as much space as a base, and even if they created it 3 wide, they could just add this top part to the current CMF base. Now I have refined this to give it a bit more of a size accurate to the Lego door frame. It is again a plate too tall at the top and a plate too tall at the bottom, because I had to get these bracket pieces in. But I've managed to start my 3D printer again, finally unboxed it since move-in, and you can see that if I put Ahsoka on this minifigure action clip here, because again 3D printed studs aren't going to be as accurate as Lego, so I do not want to damage the figure in any way. You can see that it slots right into this stud just at the bottom here and enables the minifigure just to stand in the frame, and this is exactly the piece that I would want Lego to make. Again, the indent for the glass piece would sort of be useless, because with the studs there you can't actually get one of the glass elements in. However, this is exactly what I'd want Lego to make. You can stack these however high, and I have actually printed a second which can go on top, and you can just have as many of these as you want. Even with getting spare CMF figures, you get this extra display piece which you can use for other minifigures, so it actually makes these CMFs more likely to pick up. Now they're in boxes, many people won't want to do what I do to find out which minifigure's inside. If you haven't seen, check out the video where I hack the Marvel CMF minifigures, as it is really cool, and so far it hasn't been wrong. I'm free for free. I've got 2 more minifigures to test, but I doubt that they will also be wrong. So stick around for that video, and I really hope Lego do make some sort of display piece just like this for next year's CMFs, though the likelihood is we won't see anything like this in the near future. Now, obviously, you probably clicked on this video to see the diorama. I've sort of gone on a tangent there, but this is really going to be the easiest diorama you'll perhaps ever see, as it is a throne and a wall. I mean, I know I'm not selling this too much, but that is really all it is. I've taken most of these pieces from the Mandalore diorama itself. I have customized it quite a bit to get to this stage, though. The only real thing I've added is an extra step at the bottom. There is 7 in the show, though. With the Lego bricks, instead of adding a bunch of jumper plates and making it a bit complicated, I wanted to really make this as easy as I could. So just added that extra 1 on the bottom, and also a blue tall transparent piece on the side, and again just this decorative piece to represent the walls of the Mandalore throne room. And as far as this half of the diorama goes, it is empty because there is a big room. I couldn't have enclosed the walls here, it would have made it seem much too small, and perhaps if I used some micro figures, just piled some studs. But it is a massive hallway. Perhaps some detailing on the floor could have been added, though for the most part, again, it's a grey floor. You've got Ahsoka here, you can represent the door quite nicely, but it really didn't take me that long to make. As I said, I've just stacked the Duel on Mandalore build onto this diorama base plate, and it does look quite effective at the scene it's trying to get across, especially when you look at it from one of these 2 angles. But it is just a wall, a throne, and 2 minifigures, and that is it. So I'll probably end up building these instructions, and as we're getting close to 500 subs, my instructions are so close to getting out there. So do subscribe, it supports the channel, and definitely hang on if you want to see any of the instructions. Perhaps not for this model. This model would not likely be sold anywhere, because not only can you see what it is looking at it, but also the piece count is so low, it's not worth trying to sell this as some sort of set. So Lego would probably make the throne itself the long wall and add a bit more detail into it. But of course, as I said previously in a few videos, I know we've got a few new members to the channel. All these instructions will be for a set price, and it will only be a couple of quid, so not that much compared to if you were to buy them separately. I know many people like free instructions, but some of them do take a bit more effort, and rather than just selling them for, there's some absurd amounts of money that Lego instructions go through now. People try to sell them for more than the set would likely be sold for, and especially you're not getting Lego with it, so what's the point? I'm just going to have a fixed monthly fee that will get all the instructions. No matter how complicated it is, I can end up building some giant UCS set, and it will likely be included in that price tag. So definitely stay tuned for that. I can't wait to get all the instructions, as a lot of the recent ones, sort of the last month or 2, haven't even been able to be added to Rubricable. I don't know what's going on, but I hope you do enjoy this diorama. I haven't made dioramas for a while, and there is another one coming, which is definitely going to be an interesting diorama. In fact, I might even try and fast forward it so I can get it out to you this week, but we'll have to see with everything else going on how quickly I can do it, but it's definitely a priority. So I hope you enjoyed this basic diorama, and of course looking at my custom frames and my custom Ahsoka minifigure. Let me know in the comments if these frames are something you'd like to see incorporated into the Marvel CMFs. Of course, I've 3D printed this one myself, so you won't find a piece out there, but I think it'd just be a more efficient way of showing off CMF figures. I see so many people with frames as well. It's basically a Lego frame that you can build yourself, and it would be really nice if they added a little hook on the back. But that is all for this video. It's only been a quick one, and of course, like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you want to see more Lego content, and may the brick be with you always.